Hey everyone, my name is Arilia. I want to talk to you a little bit about retirement planning. I know most of us fall into the millennial range, which is 18 to 40 years old right now and younger, but it's something we should be planning for right now. This is something we should be saving for right now. Um, and you've got to think about it. This is something that you should be passionate about. This is something you should be worried about. But I know this is something that most people don't think about because it is 30 to 40 years away. But that's 30 to 40 years to plan on how you want your retirement. How do you want to live in your retirement? So the Social Security Administration says the average paycheck or check that they're getting from Social Security is $1,200, somewhere right around that range, more or less depending on how you lived in your life and how much you paid into Social Security. But at the same time, smartasset.com says the average rent price in Denver is $1,200 for a one-bedroom apartment. So you're getting $1,200 from Social Security and you're paying $1,200 in rent per month. Where's the rest coming from? How are you going to get your food, pay your utilities? If you have a car, how are you going to pay for the gas? If you have a car payment, how are you going to pay for the car payment? Your phone bill, everything. Your day-to-day living, how are you going to pay for that? Most companies have gone away from the pension plan. Very few companies have that, and this is what the older generations relied upon, is that pension. The majority of companies used to have pension plans. You used to get so much of your money back as long as you worked so many years with a company. Most companies don't have that anymore. It's very rare to find some place that has a pension plan that will give you part of your income when you retire. The average or the early retirement age is 62 years old. So for most of us, that's 30 something years that we have before you could do even an early retirement. And then as you push off your retirement, you'll get more money from Social Security. But it's also one of those well-known rumors that the government is not going to have the Social Security to pay us millennials when we get to retirement age. They're already having issues now with the baby boomers starting to retire. And this is something that we need to really think about. Is the government going to have the money to help us when we are old enough that we cannot work? Or are we going to have to keep pushing back our retirement further and further out? So the question is, do you want to retire at 62, or do you want to wait until you're 80 and you're pushing it and you're barely able to walk around? Or if you have health problems, do you have a choice? If you start going into some of the health problems that I've seen with the elderly, do you have a choice to work? Or do you want to be able to have the choice to work? Do you want to be able to work that side job and not have to worry about what you need to make per month? Do you want to be able to have fun? Do you want to be able to travel? If you have kids or grandkids, do you want to be able to buy presents for them? This is stuff that you don't really think about right now, because we're able to do that because we're working right now. So my proposal to you is start saving. Start saving now. Doesn't matter if it's $5 a month. It doesn't matter what it is. Most companies offer a 401k plan. Most of them don't, or most of them will give you some percentage or some money back, match some money to your account. My last employer was 25 cents to the dollar, so it's not much, but that was something. It's better than nothing. If you take even 1% of your paycheck. So that means if you're making, say, $1,000 every 2 weeks, that's $10. Can you afford $10? Can you afford to take that $5 latte and push it off? Can you decide not to do that $5 latte a couple times a month and save that $10 or that $5? $60 doesn't seem like much, but it does add up. There's so many ways to do it too. You've got the 401k that most companies match, or most companies provide at least. There's also Roth IRAs, traditional IRAs, and most percentage-wise you get anywhere from 2 to 20% back on your money. And over 30 years with compound interest, that's a lot of money that you could be saving. You don't think about $60 for the year, or even if you could make your goal $100 per year. That's not much, but it does take away from our day-to-day habits. So do you want to save that Starbucks latte, that $5, and put it into something that you can eventually use later on? That $5 now could end up being, your phone bill, when you're older, when you retire. It's something that you should really consider and you should really think about, because Social Security already has the issues now where they're having issues with money, with how much money people can afford, that what the Social Security provides is not enough for living expenses. So you need to start finding a way to supplement that income now, even though you have 30 to 40 years, however long it is that before you retire, you have that time. So if you can put away $5, 1%, 2%, find that little happy median to where you can find what you can afford out of your budget. And it's something as an adult, you should be able to figure out how to budget, should be able to figure out where you want stuff, where you want your money to go. And if anybody has questions on that, how to start a 401k, a Roth IRA, where to go, or just anything like that, feel free to ask. I'm not an expert, but this is something that I feel passionate about, that I see the issues with our elderly, that I see that they don't have the option to retire at 62 like they would like to. I know so many people that are retirement age that just can't afford it, not with today's market, because they didn't think about saving when they were 20. They didn't think about saving when they were 30. It wasn't until they hit 40 that it's like, oh no, I've got to save now. So I urge you, I tell you that you should be saving. It doesn't matter if it's $5 a month. It doesn't matter if it's, $20. It's what you can afford now. Take that $5 latte, get rid of it for a week. Put that $5 into an account. Just transfer it out each month. This is something you should be feeling passionate about. Think about where you want to go in your future. Do you want to be able to live comfortably? Do you want to be able to live how you are right now? Or do you want to be struggling? You want to think about when you first got out of the house. Is that how you want to be living, or do you want to live comfortably? Think about it, guys. Thank you.